The back tremolos.
The back
That's
tremolo.
what it's all about right now. Yeah.
Guitar Friends, episode 65.
65.
Wow. How many podcasts do you think have ever made it to episode 65?
What is the percentage?
Probably
5%.
Remember we used to do that?
I mean, yeah, super low.
Yeah.
Because you said it one time and then...
Oh, yeah.
Super
That's
low.
vintage.
Yeah.
Look at that thing.
Yeah, that's it. What's that thing?
This is the Sterling by Music Man Rabia
Sabre? Is that a Sabre?
Saber.
Was that
Thunder
him?
Mifflin and Sabre?
Ah, that's it. I was like, why do I know that? Why do I know that? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You just got it.
I did. Just
Dude,
a
it
couple
looks
days ago.
awesome, dude. Like,
does.
You know, that's not the center of my target. Is not
No,
that
I
guitar.
know this is like the...
But I think it looks cool, like the matte thing and like the little fade.
Doesn't that look good?
I like this little like contour.
Think about how heavy this guitar might
Okay.
be, and then hold it.
Oh, it's heavier than I thought.
It's way heavier.
That is very heavy. I thought it was gonna be light.
Do you like that, John?
it was
are you
just
into the mass?
it was unexpected.
Where'd you
like
get that?
Reverb. Ever heard of it?
Once or twice.
Dang.
You know it's bad when you like find a random, listing, and then it's like you've bought 3 things from this store. It's like,
Oh no.
uh-oh.
Yeah. They think that's good, but it's not good to tell you. You're like, I should stop buying. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I love it. It's cool.
So this is whose model is this?
Rabia Masad.
This is okay. Yeah.
He's good at guitar.
Yeah.
He's very good.
He's coming on the podcast next week.
So yeah, when his like Ernie Ball Music Man's came out,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
very
We were at NAMM that year, weren't we?
I very seriously considered
That's
buying
the year
one.
we saw him play like at his little booth thing.
Yeah.
Or, I mean,
I very, very seriously considered it.
I think you had one.
They're
in your cart.
$4,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're no joke.
I'm the cheap guitar guy.
No, it's
Right.
not your.
For me to very seriously consider it was a lot.
Yeah.
So these are $1,000.
Okay.
And I got mine for a little less than that. It was a B stock. It was like an open box. But
800.
yeah, it was like 9 with tax. But it's good. But we just finished talking about all these 335s. I had polished the frets. I had fixed the action.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it. So is that a 3-way or a 5-way?
It's a 5-way.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, let's hear it. How does it clean up?
And then this pushes. It's a push.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
it makes it to where you can just have the single.
So that's all singles.
So when you go to the 2 and 4, is it single?
It's
It
like
sounds
Yeah,
like
it's
a
like
single
auto
coil.
split,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's auto split. One of them, I think this one is the outside coils, and this one is the inside coils.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Probably. Yeah.
And then if you do this, then it's just the single and just the single.
That's a lot of.
And then in the
options.
middle, what does it do?
In the middle, it's both full on.
Okay.
Still, yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
It's a lot of options.
I like that it's like the matte finish, and you can see the wood around. Like they didn't do the finish on the top. You can see the contours on the side there.
I know. I know. I think.
Yeah, it's a good looking guitar,
obviously,
man.
I don't know Rabia at all, but I think everything that I've watched of him, he's very serious about the things that he puts his name on.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like he fought really hard because I had a you asked me like, didn't you have one of those? And I did. I had a Saber, but this is different. There's a lot more like carving that went on here,
To really
and then
make
the
it,
neck
yeah.
for a Music Man is huge.
Yeah. Is it?
It's still very thin.
And it's roasted maple.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Rabia, we are the top 2 on Neural Cloud in terms of followers. So, it's a small group, really. Sometimes we get together,
And just talk about it. Just work it
check
out.
in,
Just check.
just like to check in, see how everyone's doing.
Weekly stand-up
Yeah.
meetings.
It's a little club,
Yeah.
It's a little club.
How's it at the top?
But sometimes Digital John has to take photos with both of us, and it's fun.
That makes sense.
I
Yeah.
want you to play it though because
Okay.
I want to hear your opinion about how it.
Gosh, it's heavy.
It is heavy, isn't it?
That's crazy. Okay.
Ooh, it looks good on you.
Can't even do the back thing.
Here you go, Sooze.
Not bad, right?
It's nice, dude. Yeah.
It's nice.
Use the trem there a little bit. How's the trem?
The trem is actually good.
That's a little 2-point, yeah.
So I think I'm gonna keep it.
I like it, man.
It's very, very you.
It's
Like,
very
just,
you.
yeah.
And you know what? You can get. You could totally. I mean, that's
Oh,
a
it
church guitar.
feels-
I,
a church
well,
guitar.
so
For
that's.
sure.
I wasn't like nervous about playing it at church.
Yeah.
But it's not like a would you play this in church guitar.
Right.
But it's not what I would typically play, or I think what you would typically see at a church.
Locking tuners.
Yeah.
This feels great. The trim feels great.
It's got a lot of like.
It feels awesome. Like the physical feel of
I
it. It's like
know.
matte and smooth and
Yeah.
carved. Yeah.
It is. It is a nice.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For under $1,000.
It's modern but tasteful. Sometimes I feel like things
think
that are
that's
too
right.
modern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
I
start to
agree.
become like. It starts to either feel like 80s, or it starts to feel like I'm in Nickelback. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, congrats.
Thanks,
That's cool.
man.
I don't mind the headstock. You were talking about how some people might think it's ugly,
I know.
but
It's the little 4-2 thing. You know, it's like that's.
The 4-2 thing, and it's
But that's how they
and
get the
it's
straight.
small.
You know, that's how they get the straight pull.
it is small.
It's-
It could be a little bigger.
It's small.
Yeah.
But
Well,
what's-
no, but the reason is they're already using a string tree. But see how all the strings are straight? So they're trying to come up with with a shape that's reminiscent and visually is reminiscent, but they want the straight string because they're only doing downward angle. They don't want any sideward angle, or else
Right.
you end up having
and
tuning
the
issues like a
D
Gibson.
and the G string are like hardly any angle back here.
Yeah.
You know?
And no string tree or whatever. It's just
But it just doesn't have to be like to get these to be all straight, because these are all straight too.
Yep.
But it's got to be long.
Yeah.
And so by putting 2 on the bottom, yeah.
Well, dude,
Anyway.
it's great. I like it.
Man.
And you can't get another one in there. That's the thing about you got to do 4-2. You can't do 3-3 on a triangle and not have the angle. Because look what Gibson did with the Flying V. They try to do 3-3 and angle them, but you still everyone is angled just a
Exactly,
little.
yeah.
So if you can only get 5 straight. No one has. There's no.
Right.
You can't do it. The 2 at the top are too close. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And the 7 strings, they make 7 strings, Ernie Ball does. And they put 5 on the top
Yeah,
and 2 on the
right,
bottom
right.
still.
Yeah.
So it's just slightly longer.
What's your thoughts on the inlays?
Yeah.
Is that his thing, or is
That's
that like
his thing.
a Music Man?
No,
thing?
I mean, pretty much all of the design choices were
Can
his
you
thing.
show that to the camera? Just hold that up real quick.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
go- So if I were you, I would make each one of those into little emojis. Happy face on
different
one,
ones? Okay.
sad face on
Yeah,
another.
meh.
You know, smiley teeth,
Yeah.
tongue out,
The
heart
wow
eyes,
one with the
yeah,
big
wow,
eyes. Yeah.
head explosion. No one's done that on guitar.
Nobody's done that.
The
Man.
emoji fret marker.
People are clamoring for it.
Would you play it in church?
Would you play it in church? I
Wow.
like them. They're not,
Okay. The only other guitar I've seen these on are Jennings. They have the
they
circuit.
do.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just a side note here. I've been looking at those Jennings guitars.
Really?
And you know, I kind of feel like sometimes I'm on Instagram and I'm looking around and I'm going, man, I don't feel like one of the cool kids.
I don't know that
Everyone's got
Did
it.
you
know
see
that I've
Veritas? I feel like now it's Jennings. You know.
I don't
Well,
know
I
that I've
noticed-
seen many Jennings guitars.
It
Got
feels-
on them with the worship tutorials.
It
guys.
feels like
Yeah.
Veritas fell off a bit. I'm just going to say
That's
that.
what I'm saying, yeah.
But the Jennings guys, it's big. It seems like all of the LA guys because Chad's down there. What's funny is I've hung out with Chad so many times and never talked to him about guitar. I just saw him at NAMM a bunch. Told him, I was like, bro, do you have the coolest truck ever? Yeah. He has like this old truck, and he just put like Jennings on the side. It looks like his business could be like 1950s. Yes, exactly. And then even the logo on the side was like Jennings Custom Guitars. You know,
that's awesome.
I was like, man, that is so. It's such an honest that is the car you should drive.
Last episode we talked briefly about the used guitar wall at Guitar Center in Franklin. I saw a Veritas guitar there.
Really? Well, they're down here now, so it makes sense. There's probably more guitars.
But I've never seen that. So to say like, Veritas.
I mean, they're still real big. They're still real popular. A lot of people are buying Veritas and stuff. They still, I think they still sell direct stuff on Instagram, like they do, like
crazy.
They're making stuff and then they go like, these 3 are available, and then they get bought right there. So they're still big. I just and a lot of people still like them and everything. I wasn't trying to talk trash about Veritas.
No.
I'm just saying.
So my only thing with that guitar that I didn't expect is the nut width. Do you feel like it's like a wide? Do you feel like it's not?
Didn't ever occur to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes me feel better.
You felt like it was wide.
I felt like it was really wide.
You feel like it's wider than that right there?
It is for sure.
It might be. So
I think it's comfortable. If it is wider, I think it's to its benefit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
What's real funny is when you look at nut widths on guitar and you realize there's like 3 nut widths ever, and they're all off by 1/16 of an inch. And when you play them, it feels like the biggest difference in the world.
Like
her Trini is the 10/16.
Yeah.
Normal is the 11/16. Or maybe I have it is 12/16 and 11/16. I can't remember. But Trini is late 60s Gibsons went 1/16 of an inch narrower just at the nut.
Right.
Which means everything else is getting wider.
Yeah.
Right.
But and then some of the modern guitars, you just add a 16th, and it's like,
it's
whoa.
like
it feels like your G chord is like what?
It's such a huge thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like a classical guitar, but
But
those are like crazy.
We should measure it though, because I bet it's like very little, but it probably I can see it. It looks wide now that you say that.
Yeah, that was the only thing.
Yeah.
But I like it.
No, I think it's great.
Cool. All right, I'll keep it. Sooze
like
approved.
Dang.
I like it, man.
Roll the intro.
How did it? Roll the intro.
Guitar friends is on. Maybe you're in your car or mowing your lawn. Just turn it up. The Guitar Friends on. The greatest podcast about guitar is on. As long as you don't count all the ones that have big guests and are very intentional about actually having guitar-related conversations. Ooh, Guitar Friends is on. This is Guitar Friends. HW, Sooze, and John too. It's mostly about guitar, but also some other stuff will be discussed too. But it's most about guitar, unless we get distracted and talk about food or Teslas, or how annoying it is that Californians keep moving everywhere and bring their terrible ideas and ruin their state to Nashville. But no swing guitar.
All right, Guitar Friends, episode 65. Just, but how did your guitar fare with your presets? Your Quad Cortex presets that you
metal.
showed
Cortex
off
presets.
2 weeks ago.
Because that was a PMBM, not a metal.
Yeah, no, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
there's
is-
like a plexi thing.
This is a bright guitar.
Okay.
It's bright. The pickups are aggressive, I would say, but you
It's also not drop C right now, which surprises me.
It's appropriate for worship.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
appropriate.
Oh,
Well,
you're
that's
back
the-
in the worship.
That's the
thing,
thing.
so-
I wanted it to
Yeah.
be. I still have the black Harley Benton that's in drop C. That'll never be.
I should give you a quarter. You can glue it onto the top and tell people it's a Veritas.
Their new model.
Quarter. Thank you. 'Cause I don't have a quarter. If you would give me,
I'll
one,
give
that
you the
would be
quarter.
great. Yeah.
It could be
you can glue it on.
It could be an Indonesian coin.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's made in Indonesia.
There you go.
So you
I don't
just-
know what
know.
their currency
It
Stick
is
it right on the-
crazy to me. Just side note, it's crazy to me that we're buying guitars from Indonesia for $1,000. Do you know what I mean?
That's a good point. Yep.
Listen,
Like Ibanez is doing the
Yeah,
same thing.
yeah.
It's not just Sterling. It's a lot of imports now are coming from, and the cheaper ones now are just coming from China. So if
This-
you want an import
yeah.
from Korea or Indonesia,
Yeah.
they're like a bit of a premium still.
This country spent a good 15, 20 years, fighting proxy wars in Southeast Asia. If we're not getting guitars out of there for $1,000, what was it all for? You know what I'm saying?
I guess so. Yeah.
So,
Dang.
bring it on.
Yeah.
Bring it on. Bring on the imports. I had a rough week. How about you guys?
I thought you were going for guitar jokes, because you looked them up
think we
earlier.
could go
but
there.
that
We
was
could
a-
go there.
That was a
I thought-
departure.
We could go there next.
I was like, okay.
I was like, is this a setup of a
No, we
guitar
can,
joke?
we
Right.
can go there next. I was just...
No. We did talk about the Taco Bell falling, which is part of the
Yeah, I
rough
dropped the
week.
food at Taco Bell. Yeah, I had a rough week. I was having a rough week, and then I was walking around the neighborhood here, and I cut through the park, and there were a bunch of kids, and one of them pointed at me and said, "See, that's going to be me if I don't lock in." And that
He
just
did not say that.
Stop. That didn't happen.
that didn't happen.
I was like, no.
No, that didn't happen.
Oh my god.
But kids these days,
Kids these days,
Kids,
though,
they will
would
say that stuff.
They'd say something like that.
They will do
They'd
it.
say something like that. You know. I just, you know what though,
I feel like you should have this back, John.
I
is
thought
more
about
you.
that happening, and it motivated me to kind of
You were
get.
afraid that it was a possibility.
I was like, it was a possibility.
That'll
Could
be
happen.
me.
Could
Yeah.
happen. So I thought. So anyway, that's why I was avoiding the carbs the other day. Talk about just trying to eat whole food.
Good
and
for
stuff.
you.
Anyway, guitar friends joke of the week. Here we go. Are you ready?
I'm going to try to guess at least one. Can you also do the same?
I'm gonna try.
Okay.
Well, I don't have a ton this week, but I can get more. Why did the guitar? So I'm trying some new prompts.
Okay.
And I don't really consider myself a prompt engineer, but we'll see how good I did this week. Why did the guitar break up with the amplifier?
Why did the guitar break up with the amplifier?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
They were on the edge of breakup.
Oh, that would be would be really
Right?
like
That
that.
would be good.
I thought I
Something.
had it.
Hold on. Something about they were out of phase. No.
Also good. I mean,
Edge of breakup is
Those
too
are
good.
all
yeah,
good.
we're right on the edge.
Well, this one says our relationship has too many strings attached.
Oh.
With an amp?
You know,
guitar?
it's just
That guitar is going to have strings
Yeah.
attached, no matter what relationship.
Yeah, that's
it's
part
in.
of a guitar.
That's part of a guitar.
Grok did not
Why
know
was the
that.
guitar? Why was the guitar always so calm?
It was in tune. It was tuned.
Ooh.
It was in tune with itself. Gosh, I always think I have them.
That's
right.
good.
That's it. You're
good.
on the right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It knew how to fret less.
Man, that is an eye
I
roll.
feel like what Grok is doing. Here's the formula.
Yes.
Here's the formula. It's taking words that have more than
Yes.
one meaning,
Yes.
and then just like randomly assembling.
Are these in the music world at all? And then throwing them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't guitars ever get lost?
Found.
I don't know. Gosh, I'm bad at this right now.
It's something with found.
They always know how to pick the right path.
See,
it's exactly
see,
what you're
like,
saying. It
See,
just
I'm
wants.
thinking more like a joke, but these aren't jokes.
No,
So I have to think
no.
of there's like
No.
a riddle. It's
No.
more
Why
like a
was the
riddle.
guitar? Why was the guitar so good at making friends?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm striking
I don't
out.
know
I don't know.
why.
It really knew how to strike a chord.
See,
Okay, last one.
Bring back the ovation.
Sorry,
Make
I'll
the
get
ovation
some better.
funny
I'll
again.
change the
I feel
prompt.
like
This prompt didn't do a lot
I
of
feel
great.
like ChatGPT was better at making
Oh.
these
Yeah,
jokes.
this prompt.
Yeah, we did change, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Tonebot.
might need to change back. Get Tonebot back up
Tonebot.
here. Oh, here we go. What did the Mexican Fender say to the American one?
Uh-oh.
Yikes.
I'm out on this
What
one.
did the Mexican Fender say to the American one?
Something about ice. I don't know.
That's what I was not going to say.
No, this is this. I'm surprised it gave me this joke. It says, "What did the Mexican Fender say to the American one? Ha ha, loser! They gave me health care."
It does not say
Who
that.
wrote this joke?
You made that up.
What?
Let me read. I want to
I'm
see
not
it.
going to give you this. Grok sometimes throws out things.
It's not on there.
Grok nailed that one.
Yeah.
Good
Wow.
job, Grok.
So the only funny one was not from.
That was Grok. 100% Grok.
That was Grok, I'm sure.
100% Grok.
It wasn't me. Guitar Friends, episode 65. So,
My.
my,
My
how far we've
gosh,
come.
How far?
How far we've come.
Yeah. So I have a hot take.
Please.
Are we ready for a hot take?
I think we're ready for the hot take portion of the episode.
Is it molten lava like last time?
I don't know. What was the... I've never mind.
It was about voting.
Voting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then we had to step it back.
That
yeah.
was molten lava.
Yeah.
No, it's not at all. It's actually a guitar-related hot take.
Oh.
Interesting.
I think Bigsbys are garbage.
What?
Yeah.
Like across any Bigsby?
I think Bigsby's compared to like this style tremolo, like a 2-post tremolo, are garbage.
But you've played good ones. And you played
Have
bad
I?
ones.
Trini.
The one on my silver jet doesn't go out of tune. It's just great.
I just don't like them. I don't like them.
What about the Falcon? Remember Jared's Falcon?
I just don't like them. I think they're garbage.
I think that is a hot take.
I know it's a hot take.
It's a hot take. Look, I will say this: it is a design that is simple and probably not the most well thought out.
I think it's not simple. I think it's I think it's overly complicated. Okay.
So here's what I mean when I say simple, and then
yeah.
The reason I say it's simple is
We're
it is a lever.
Is it Trinity's the only one that's an actual Bigsby, right? The Guild has its own thing.
Yeah,
same design.
It's the same. It's a copy of it. So it's a lever that rotates a little bar, and by doing so, increases or decreases the sort of tension of the string, creating that warble.
Yeah.
The reason I say it's simple is it's really designed to put on the back of any stop tail instrument. So instead of the guitar going over to what would have been a tailpiece or a stop tail, it goes over the Gibson style bridge.
Yeah.
And instead of having a mechanism that moves backward and forwards like the vibrola, it just
so here's the thing.
And it returns back with tension. I will say this about it.
Sure.
Simple. Its downfall is you're pulling the string and releasing it. You're moving the string over the saddles, which none of the saddles were designed to do that.
Nope.
That much, yeah.
Which is why Fender, if you look, these tremolos, the string does not move across the saddle.
Right.
The whole bridge plate moves so that the saddle is actually creating movement. And the way they do that, rather than having some complex mechanism where the saddles would move forward and back, you actually are pitching the saddle up, which, like we were saying before we started rolling the cameras, by raising the bridge, you actually are changing the distance from the nut there.
Smaller.
So that's a little bit what you're doing when you wiggle a Fender style.
Yeah, so like this, the point, it's resting on these 2 points, and then there's springs in the back holding it in balance. And when I push it down, the whole mechanism just pivots slightly.
Does that only go down, that arm? It won't go up.
Well, it goes up very slightly, but you can angle
it to go
adjust
up,
the springs to where it's balancing.
Is that
however you
called
want.
floating? Is that
This
what that
is
is?
a floating
floating,
bridge.
yeah.
If it only goes down, is that
Decked.
decked? Okay.
Yeah.
So
And recessed is when
so like if
this is decked.
so
That's
you can hear
decked,
it.
yeah.
I can tap on this.
It won't go up at all.
Right.
Yeah.
I can tap on this because it's just barely not all the way against the body.
I deck them because I feel like John Mayer decks them, but
which is
I don't really deck
full
them.
stop.
I don't really deck them. I kind of do what he does, which is I just want it to rest on the body a little bit, and a little bit of tension will bring it up. So it's almost coming off the body. And the reason I do that is because I feel like you notice a big difference in the vibration transfer of the guitar between floating and not floating on those guitars. I feel like when you let it just touch a little bit, all of a sudden I go, well, the guitar's louder now. It's like it's acoustically louder, and I enjoy that.
I like the sound of like a completely smooth, like a Floyd Rose type of a thing. Like any movement is, where you don't feel like you have to put a bunch of pressure on it and then it dips down really far, which is what a Bigsby feels like to me.
Interesting.
So I don't like, more. And I used to, I had Bigsbys. I had guitars with Bigsbys. And
Your Telly have one? White one that got away?
No.
What was that? Oh, that was Hardtail?
Yeah. But I wanted it to be. That's why I sold it.
What'd you have with the Bigsby? Oh, the Gretsch.
I had several Gretches.
Duo Jets.
I had a Duo Jet. I had the Electromatic big white one. I forgot you had that. I had a bunch of different ones.
The roller bridge is actually an invention to compensate for what the Bigsby's trying to do.
Right.
It's so that the string doesn't have to like rake. Because you think about the larger strings, because it's wound, it has a bunch of grooves, and the saddle is a point. And so your guitar is supposed to sit.
You're
probably going to sit.
You're
in
arguing
one of,
my point.
Yeah, I'm arguing. I mean, I'm just saying this is the problem with.
I never noticed that.
But the roller bridge is supposed to solve that.
I think when
it rolls back.
Because it rolls back.
I think when they're good, and I guess you could say this about anything. When they're good, they're good.
That's been my opinion. You can play bad ones and good ones.
I feel like they're more often than not garbage.
I've played bad 2-point.
What guitar has the best Bigsby that you've ever played? Or like where does a Bigsby belong?
Jared's Falcon.
The Falcon.
Jared's Falcon.
The Black
Incredible.
Falcon.
What about like that guitar would be way less without it, right?
Way less.
And just less of a guitar.
Oh,
You wouldn't-
not as cool. Yeah, it's a huge part of that guitar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any Gretsch, I think.
They
I
changed
think
the tone.
any guitar, well, not any. I think most guitars are better if you have something to wiggle.
I agree. I agree.
You know?
I agree.
I love that statement.
Like you got to have some
Yeah.
Need a little
tremolo
wiggle. Yeah.
system of some kind.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? Just hold a chord?
I know that's actually
Says
why,
the guy with three
I know.
35s.
that's actually why I don't play my Telecaster as much anymore because
Yeah.
I get bored. You know.
Yeah.
Then I start doing like whatever rhythm stuff because I get bored.
You have to actually play the guitar and
Play the guitar,
hold
more,
out
so it's just,
notes
like,
and not
wiggling.
move them. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
I get it.
But I used to think that like the Bigsby was what I was after. But then when I started playing more stuff with like 2-point floating tremolo, I was like, oh no, this is it. This is what I'm after.
My reaction to this is they're not all bad. It makes it sound like there's never good
It was
ones.
a hot take.
It's a hot take.
It wasn't a
But I will say
it wasn't a well thought out,
Yeah.
nuanced take.
I've played of the tremolo systems that were bad that I've played. Most of them were Bigsbys.
there you go. There you,
know?
go.
And so I get
Sure.
that there's variation
Yeah.
for sure.
I will say close second to being terrible tremolos is the Fender 6-point.
yeah, for
Bridges.
sure.
The vintage ones?
The vintage
No, I
ones.
think the worst is the Gibson Vibrola, the sideways. Have you
Oh,
seen? You know
yeah,
what I'm
those
talking
are
about?
bad.
Where
like-
instead of wiggling
The
a thing,
SGs?
you pull the
Yeah,
lever
yeah,
towards
like
the
that.
Brit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you look at they're never in tune. You look at it
Right.
and it's like just a metal plate angled like this.
Yeah.
Where the string, it's the worst. It is a terrible design. Whenever I see it on a new guitar, I always think, at any point you could re-engineer this and put the same cover over it, and it would look vintage,
Right.
But it wouldn't be a piece of crap. You know what I mean?
Right.
You could just make a system that would work under here, and
Yeah.
you could still put the cover, and it would be great.
Yeah.
Why they don't do that? But hey, that's Gibson. That's what they do. They don't care. Here's my hot take, which I'll add on to this.
Yeah.
I think the only guitar that really needs a Bigsby, Flying V.
The only one in existence that needs one?
The
Or-
other ones, they're all optional. But in my opinion, have you seen when a Bigsby
Yeah, it
goes
goes
on a flying
across
V,
the end, right?
and you
You
need
have
the
to-
support bar?
yeah, you gotta
have to put a
make more
support bar.
guitar, yeah.
To me, when I see
This is a joke.
when
take.
I see a V, no, I'm serious.
Yeah.
When I see a
joke.
V with a Bigsby on it, I just know
we already did guitar joke of the week, dude.
this is
But they
real.
weren't funny.
I think they look awesome. I think they look amazing. I just think it's a great. I just go, how ridiculous! You're ruining the shape of that V. You need a support bar. It doesn't even fit on the guitar.
Yeah.
But it's so cool.
Can I one up you?
Please.
What about a Bigsby on a reverse V? Is that a thing?
I didn't even think of that ever, but I think that might
We'll
be even
find one.
better.
Yeah, we'll
you
find
know.
one.
Where it doesn't go across, it sticks out on the edges.
Why not just make it? Why
Wait, the reverse V goes down like that?
The reverse V, yeah.
Have you
then
ever
the-
seen a reverse
yeah.
V?
You know I haven't,
They're
but-
terrible.
They're terrible. Why not make it a bender reverse V where you can pull it down and so the string gets pulled up too?
Oh yeah, the
Since-
B bender.
It's
The B
stylistically
bender,
very important.
The B
Yeah.
bender. Could you even fit a B bender mechanism? Because there's not a lot
I
of
don't think so.
room in the V.
I don't think so.
Have you seen the upside down Les Paul guitars?
No.
There, I saw. It might have been a Photoshop, but it's equally silly.
The
That
body is invert like upside down.
Yeah,
and
the
but
bridge
still-
is where
like
like
the
the,
horn
neck
on the top?
pickup is. Yeah.
Wow.
Wait, what? The bridge?
Imagine flipping it, and the bridge is now where the neck pickup is, but they just turn the body over. I don't know if it was a one-off or what. I saw it online.
More AI.
It's silly. It's probably more AI.
I love it.
It's probably more AI. Yeah, I would take honestly a Bigsby on. I think the appeal of a Bigsby is this though, and I think why you always see it. The sweep or the movement of the arm on a Bigsby causes a lot less movement because it's usually a big arm, and the spring you can
Maybe
also
that's-
change the spring, and so then on a Fender, and so what happens is because you have this big range of motion and it creates a small amount of movement, it's a lot easier for a player to get a sort of fluttery or like very floaty
subtle,
sound.
yeah.
It's
Maybe
subtle.
that's what it
and
is.
because you can kind of like do that movement and you get a little bit, you have control, but you're never, with a Bigsby, you really have to work to get too much.
It's a lot for
Yeah.
a little.
You'd have
That's
to,
it.
you
A
know,
lot
you
of
have to
work for a
really
little
be
bit of
pushing it.
movement.
And
Yeah.
I find too, like it's really like after you hit a chord that you move it.
Yeah.
If it's kind of sustaining and then you move it, you could barely hear it.
Yeah.
Where on these, if you just breathe on them, like
True, yeah.
however long it's been going,
Right.
they're very touchy. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you're getting a lot
I
more.
do love these ones though. The what are these called?
That's a Goto 510, but just
yeah.
a 2-point. Like he's got it. It's a 2-post or 2-point
the
tremolo.
yeah.
Tremolo
Is
is-
Goldie is 6?
Goldie's 6 because that's the original
like
design.
vintage, okay.
So what they would do was their thing was
Goldie is different though.
Yeah,
It gets a pass.
But Goldie's trim, I don't have as much luck with. I feel like it's a little tougher than
Yeah.
these
yeah,
ones.
For sure,
The
for sure.
6-point ones are bad.
yeah. This is. I mean, these are what knife point edge became the idea of instead of sinking 6 screws into a piece of wood.
Just the outside.
Because eventually the wood gets depressed and starts to dry out and whatever, But there's been vintage guys who have used a lot of whammy and they make it work,
Yeah, for sure.
I think if with a well-oiled Stratocaster using the bar, probably still the tuning's probably still better than a Gibson,
Yeah. Gibsons
right?
are not good.
The G's still in tune. You don't have to
Yeah.
tune
I
a
see
little
what
bit
you're saying.
flat. Like
Yeah,
it's like
no.
even with the movement.
Yeah.
So it's a good design. I think it's a good
It
design.
helps when you make the scale length the right length.
Yeah.
It really does.
It really does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
Well, there we go.
That's a good hot take.
Yeah.
I like that.
Sooze, do you have a hot take?
No, I have a topic though.
Let's go. Go ahead. Just
something-
call it a hot take and then it works.
Yeah, my hot take is that plug-in amplifiers are great. I've been really getting into this. You got me into this when
Which
you
one?
started doing the Tonex on
You're saying plugins on the
channels.
computer. Plugins.
using the channel itself as your amp with a plugin on it. And you used to do these with your demos. You come over here, no Tonex, and I was like, and you're like, oh, it's just on the channel.
Just the plug-in.
And I was like, oh, interesting. And you would just fly through that demo and just changing stuff.
You
change
would,
them after.
you would,
I
yeah.
was like,
I know.
and you had them all set up ahead of time. I mean, there's like all these like things I started considering. Like, wow,
Yeah.
okay. And you said you didn't have to remember the settings because it's on the channel. Like,
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. So I've been, I don't know if you guys know, but like I did like a big pedal board, like 3 different boards, really kind of large actually.
I don't know if you guys.
Yeah.
We heard about it.
And,
I don't know if we talked about it for 2 hours.
just as an
but-
addendum to that, apparently it's more than 5,000.
Yeah, actually, this is something we should talk about. It
yeah.
it is. We got a lot of
know.
comments that you have at least $1,500 in power supplies, cables, and the
boards.
boards
The
themselves.
cases, I mean, with the hard cases,
The cases.
yeah.
How much are the power supplies? Like, how much are those big True Tones?
150, 200 more? I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
6 right there for 3 of them, right?
Yeah.
And then what's the boards cost? About another
Probably-
200.
I got the new one for 100,
the new board for 100.
but it was used. But
And then what about the other 2 boards?
So you're into it for another $1,000.
you could, yeah.
And then the
With
cables.
cables?
I mean,
you
those
know.
cables are, for sure I've had for 10 years.
Okay,
But
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Those
George
Georgels.
gels, they're constantly breaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you gotta add it all on.
All right. So
So anyway, I've been doing this board,
plugins.
but the mono Tonex is in the middle, and I thought I'd love to hear these stereo effects into 2 Tonexes. And I was like, I don't want to like put more on one of the boards or use a little sidecar or whatever. And then I remembered, I was like, oh, I could just defeat all the amps on here and just go straight into the DAW. So I put them on the dual mono Tonex thing and just sent in all the effects. And like immediately I was like, oh, wow. Like that sounds great. Like better than I was able to get.
So you're going.
But you switched to 2 amps now. You're playing two,
I
two
just sent
different
the,
amps.
Sent the stereo board into the interface, and then so it's like a Sparkle 30 on one side and a Deluxe
so it's
on the other.
all of your effects into the front of the channel.
Yeah, so
no
no
effects
amp yet
loop.
until it gets to the channel, and then the channel itself has
The amp.
the Tonex on it.
Right. Yeah.
And it just, I don't know, like
Because on your
unlocked
board,
it.
it's all of your drives into the amp, and then all of your effects out.
Yes,
all
and
the wet effects.
and
after.
that's sort of like a byproduct of this thing I'm trying is doing the wet effects into the broken up amp with the crumbly thing and
Yeah.
like the
it's a vibe.
it's a total vibe. And I think I was talking to a buddy and I was like, I think I'm used to the Kemper having the amp in the center. I got so used to that sound with the delay and reverb after the amp that now I'm really getting back into this, like how we used to run things, which was everything into you had to do it into the
Everything
amp.
straight into
Right,
the amp.
everything
yeah.
is right.
So anyway,
stereo amps.
So now I have a friend who's a producer in town and records music. He's asking me about the Tonex, and I'm like, man, for you, I would really look into this option. He started looking into the UA stuff. We talked about, I guess Fractal has something coming out.
Well, they have amps out. Yeah, this is a thing. But go ahead, we can touch on that. But they have a.
Anyway,
they have a bunch of their amps that it looks like they've kind of they've created an amp suite. But so it looks like you can kind of get
their plugins though.
Yeah, so it's kind of strange how they've done it. They're quite expensive, if you ask me. They are right now. They've released just all the Fender amps, and they've broke them up into like 4 volumes, like all the Princetons and Deluxes, all the Basemans and something else, and kind of broken up them like this. Or you can get the bundle all together. I think the bundle is $299 or $399. I think it's $299.
Okay.
And
I don't know, man. I mean the John Mayer plugin from Neural DSP is $250.
Is it really?
So the difference
for three amps.
For 3 amps,
yeah.
I think
So the difference is that's John's sound.
Yeah.
And then 2, you can't get it any other way. They're selling just the amps, and then there's only like spring verbs, 1 delay. Like they don't. It's not like they didn't give you a plug-in axe.
That's not like the Helix as a plug-in.
Yes,
right?
and it's everything.
It's like the
It's the
whole
same
Helix.
thing.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at this kind of going, well, they have enough amps and effects to release 3 more products. And at that point, the cost of the plugins would be way more expensive than a used FM3 or FM9. FM3s, and way more than an AM4. So I'm kind of looking at going like, it looks like, I think you could, look, I get they're trying to get into a market. I'm just saying, you can go get an FM for like double that cost. You can pretty much get an AM4. I think what is an AM4 $700?
I think there's something.
Oh,
well,
so I think you get way more. So if you don't mind having it plugged in, you're saving money
but
there.
that's the difference. So you're talking about how I used to build tracks for Metal Junkie.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was all in that channel. And so you just dial up the sound, and it's like you don't have to save a preset. You don't have to remember what you did. There's also like this added benefit too, specifically in a DAW, where the effects
can save all the
will
settings,
keep
yeah.
affecting after the signal is gone.
Yeah.
Versus
totally.
if you're going into a DAW with wet effects, you have to.
Yeah.
that's just audio.
Yeah.
So you have to like let all of those delay, and if you change it, you gotta. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's essentially just you're recording a direct guitar.
You're reamping things basically all the time
ahead of time.
Yeah, which is. The workflow is nice, and you get the benefit of what you're doing.
You can go change it later.
So, it's so funny that you said that because so I own several Neural plugins. The Neural DSP plugins you can use in a DAW, but they're also just standalone apps you can just use, right? You don't have to
if
be
it's
in a DAW.
just that's open. Okay.
And so I plugged in, and I used the Rabia Masad plug-in on one side. I'm obviously a fan.
The guitar.
It'll be no surprise. I was using the John Petrucci plugin on the other side, and I was running stereo. And I was like,
two different plugs.
Yeah, and I was like, this is incredible.
Wow. Yeah.
So, before I was doing Metal Junkie stuff, I was recording stuff that way.
Yeah.
Just with those 2 plugins, and like, left guitar would be this, and right guitar would be that.
Wow.
So I was like, I can just jam like this. Because I was thinking, like, it'd be nice to bring, like, I have one of those little IK Multimedia, like, tiny little USB adapter things for your guitar.
Yeah.
It's like a tiny little
interface thing.
Yeah. I was like, I should just bring a guitar when I travel for work and stuff. It'd be so fun to just, like, still be able to practice and write songs and stuff.
Yeah, totally.
Anyway.
The other nice thing about the plugin, too, is that it will save settings.
It's not
that thing.
It's not that.
It's not this, but you just reminded me of it.
Yeah.
Just this little Tonex plug. It's like,
that's cool.
Yeah, you haven't seen this?
No.
It's a full Tonex.
That's a Tonex?
It's full Tonex.
Shut
Just
your mouth.
right into
Just
the guitar
plug your
like that.
headphones right into it. Anything you do on the pedal.
That's what I need.
That's what you need right here.
All right.
It's a full Tonex.
We talked about those, too. Like at
It's
the
an
end
engineering
of
sample they sent me.
Oh, my gosh.
like on a pedal board, you could just literally just plug those into
I
the last
I went to
pedal.
NAMM, and a really great guitar player named Doug Doppler actually had one of those and a direct box. He had a tuner with one of those stuck in it, a direct box, and he had like a phone power bank, like a little, those phone chargers you take with you. He had one of those plugged in via micro USB to make sure the battery
Bluetooth,
never died.
so you can jam along to stuff?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm already plugged in.
Yeah. I did the demo of this.
Yeah.
And I was like trying to figure out how to plug it in. And then I was like, I just plugged in my real Tonex pedal and just showed it on camera because I was like, it's a Tonex.
It is a Tonex.
Like, what's it going to sound different? Nobody cares. What am I supposed to go out of the 1/8 inch into a 1/4 inch and stuff?
Right.
We were joking with Susie. Susie and I were joking. You could just get 2 of these. And then when you get to the gig, the sound guy's like, what do you need? You need XLRs? And I'd be like, do you have any 1/8 inch?
Yeah.
1/8 inch
XLR
into this?
quarter, you're like neither one.
Right. Right. I was just going to joke too. I don't think I've ever seen a XLR to 1/8 inch adapter. You'd have to get an XLR to 1/4 inch adapter first.
What would be the use case? It's like this. This is the use case. Wow. No, I was gonna say the presets too are really cool on the Tonex. Because now it's like I've selected 2 amps that go together. We talked a little bit about like pairing amps.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're not all created equal when you start pairing. You know, so like sometimes I love the Sparkle 30, so I'll lock in that on the left. But then when I go to the right side, I'm just cycling through amps until all of a sudden one sounds great, and I'm like, oh, what was that? And it's like maybe not something I would have used on its own, but like as it makes this stereo field or whatever with the Sparkle 30, it's like, oh, that's really cool, and then I'll save that. Yeah. So now I've got like 8 presets on the plugin. So when I'm tracking, like I can just go, okay, I know these sound good together. Okay, let's switch over. I know these sound good. It's like, and it's a completely different way of playing guitar.
Yeah.
Where I would never do that on like one Tonex. I couldn't do that on one Tonex, you know?
Sure.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm kind of looking at these, like the little ones going like, you can put those on boards.
I know.
Or like someone just sent me like a little tiny board with 2 ones and like a Daiso Plus or whatever. It's like, that's a cool little sidecar thing, but I don't know.
Are you going to put one of those together now?
It's like the only time I'm using it now is recording, so why not use it on the channel? Like that's kind of where I'm at. But if I want to take it to church, like yeah, for sure.
I feel like once you go stereo amps, it's so hard to go back.
Yeah, honestly, it's the part of your board that doesn't make sense to me because the rest is so over the top. It's the only sensible thing you're doing.
It's the only old part. It's the original board.
Right, it's the original board.
Yeah.
But like
now,
the 2 ones exist, and it would take up the same amount of room.
Yeah.
You have the power probably for them.
Well, I think that's because I built that board years ago, and it's from the Kemper setup, you know, and I love having the clean delay and reverb after the amp too. Like that's a different sound. But I don't know. It's like anytime you can find something that makes you excited to play again or like record or like get into music, that's kind of where I'm at with all this stuff, you know. But 335s did it for you.
335s and then
So anyway,
I love that.
Thanks to you for
thank you
tipping me off to that.
I love that. I know I've been having a lot of fun with like tone lately. Just all the options. I mean, I'm playing guitar more than I ever have. More than I have in the last few years, for sure.
And you brought up something earlier we could talk about too, like the learning other people's songs type of thing. Like, what were you saying about like, I guess the way they do it or something?
Yeah,
right?
it's like a lot of times when you were saying like, oh, I was trying to learn some worship tones, or you were trying to learn Radiohead stuff.
Oh yeah,
and you're like, I end up just playing it the way I would play it. But trying to really push yourself to get to close that last 10% gap of like making it sound exactly like them is really hard sometimes because, and you were playing something earlier and I was like, what is that you're playing? I want to play that lick. And it's so hard to like play what you play the way you play it.
Yeah.
Even though like what you're playing is not actually all that complicated. Neither is what I'm playing, but it's just like...
It's just something that's not natural to you or wouldn't come out.
Exactly.
Did you guys ever listen to the band PFR? Like old Christian.
Oh, yeah.
But the players are monsters. I was like listening to this stuff going like, these are like all session level players, like just amazing parts. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to go learn all these old songs or whatever.
Oh my gosh.
And I did that thing where like, you know, I got the Strat out and I got kind of a plexi tone. It's like try to match their thing. And then I would do the thing where I would hear the part and I would play it close enough and move on. And then I would go, no, let me try to like get into that guy's head basically. Like where his fingers are like, getting across an idea.
Right.
And it's almost like a personality thing. I want to become that personality for a second.
Yep.
It does push you because then you realize like, oh yeah, there's way cooler ideas that you don't have in your, you know, your toolkit or whatever.
No, I think that's how you like grow as a player too. Is like getting, you know, learning stuff that you wouldn't normally play. I mean, all of us sit down and play the same stuff over and
like
over
getting
and over.
out of the rut.
Yeah. It's like really hard to do. Like for a while you were like making an intentional effort to like jam with different tracks or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like It's a
Yeah.
good.
Were you doing lessons too? Like, were they?
I was doing lessons, and that kid threw me off by pointing at me.
He's like, I'll be that guy if I don't lock in.
Lock in straight.
It is a thing. I mean, it's some. I forget who said this. It might have been John Mayer or somebody. But it was like your style. It was saying like, your style on guitar is kind of like your failure to sound like everybody else.
Oh,
it's like all of these little moments of you just not quite sounding like this person and not quite sounding like that person. And it's sort of like that's how you distill your influences into whatever you sound like. Obviously, we all get in a rut. We all like, we all have things we fall back on. Sometimes you pick up the guitar, you just don't know what to play. Sometimes you pick up the guitar and you start playing, and you blank out. You go a little mindless, and you play something you've never played before, and or you know what I mean, or you go like, oh, that was cool. What did I do? You know what I mean? Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting just to get into someone else's head and think about how they approach something, even like writing a melody or just how they fill up space, or it's kind of like whether it's I don't know. People do things that aren't obviously intuitive to you, and then it seems very cool. Do you ever experience this? Sometimes you're like, oh my gosh, that's the coolest sound ever, and then you learn it, and maybe because you've heard it so many times and then you learned it, it sounds less cool.
Yes.
Like almost like once you understand it,
it's like over there.
You like appreciate it in a different way.
Yeah.
Once you learn it, then you're like, oh, it's actually not as cool. Like I don't know, it changes like how its perceived value in your head is somehow less.
I've had a lot of that with learning, like more. Not that I don't know that many John Petrucci licks or solos or whatever, but there's a few things that he does that sound really, really cool. But once you learn what it is that he's doing, it's like, oh yeah, okay. Now you hear it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Where it's like people will do, and I'm talking like if you're like having little parts that kind of shred for a little bit, right? And it's like they just end up doing like the chromatic scale or something, right? And it's just like
they're always way out. They're always way out of the scale.
It's always way out of the scale.
Because the phrasing, it's fast and the phrasing.
Yeah.
And then you break it down
if you play 6 notes fast enough, they can just be the chromatic scale.
There's a bunch of
it doesn't sound bad.
There's a bunch of Eddie runs that when you learn them, you realize this isn't in the scale at all. But it's so fast. Your brain just...
Yeah. Actually, it was Pete Thorne that first, he was like, look, when you're doing this, like, this is the lick. And it's like literally 5 notes in a row, like chromatic scale. It's like, if you play it slowly, it sounds garbage. But if you play it all in a quarter note,
then it gets a pass.
It goes by so fast. It doesn't. And it's like, oh, okay, that's how they do that.
I guess it's the same logic as a passing note. You don't land on it or rest on it.
Right.
So there's not enough time to like really experience the dissonance of it.
Right.
You always resolve where there's more, where, even when you're trying to create tension, you usually don't land on a bad note.
It's like, listen, this is what jazz is, right?
Right.
Jazz is like
more or less, but like
going all over the place and being able to actually land somewhere tasteful.
You can like not resolve and have tension. Like, you're repeating of it. This is a classic worship thing, right? It's like every repeat, instead of hitting the 1, it goes to the 6, right? And then it's like you don't even have to hear it. You just, as soon as you know it, the singer even knows. I got to repeat. Like even they're not too deaf to hear the 6. You know what I'm saying?
Like tag,
they know. Like a tag. You tag the last
line. They don't know that it's a 6 minor, but as soon as they hear it,
we can't end on that chord. Yeah. So
you just tell us your brain we haven't resolved, so it's not over.
That's exactly right.
But you don't land on like a flat 3 and just like let it ring out.
Yeah.
Unless you're really playing something very dissonant, because it just sounds wrong.
Right.
Yeah. Like, I remember you came in here the other day and I tried to do a C chord, but I was up 1 fret. And I just like and it was so bad. We looked at each other. It's like, there's nothing worse than a first position chord 1 fret off.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? With open strings. It's like the worst sound in the world. But but it's because you're leaning on it. You're like letting it ring out. Yeah. It's really unpleasant. But something about the fast stuff. I've seen a couple licks broken down where I'm like, that's so much cheating. It's not, you're not even playing in this key.
Yeah.
You're just and then a lot of them you can take into other keys and it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the hack of guitar playing. In general, is like my my younger daughter was like, I really want. She's been playing ukulele a lot. She's been like teaching herself ukulele, and she wanted to learn how to play guitar. She was like, teach me how to play guitar.
What did she learn on ukulele? Like popular songs?
No, there's this one. It's actually this really heartbreaking song. It's in like a Disney short, and it's called Lava something. And it's this volcano who's in love with a volcano, but they're volcanoes, so they can't turn around. And so,
what on earth?
The volcano, he can see the back of another volcano, and he wants to tell her that she's not alone because she can only see the wide ocean. She thinks she's all alone, but there's a volcano right behind her. Anyway,
can he talk to her or no?
No, he can't. No, they're volcanoes.
But he's singing a song.
He's singing a song.
Of course,
it's a Disney short. Did I mention that?
It sounds like a Disney version of Love Is Blind. You know, they're gonna get, it's like a reveal at the end.
Yeah. Anyway,
man, that's a deep
she learned
cut.
how to play that. It's cool. It's like a typical, like, Hawaiian type of sound.
Yes, right.
But yeah, she learned that, and then she learned I can't remember what else. But anyway, she was learning how to play guitar. And I was teaching her the caged. I was like, here's what the cage system is. Here's why it is this way. She learned how to play A like a long time ago. Anyway, I was like, the cool thing is once you learn how this shape works, you just move it up. You just move it all around. And now you can play any chord there is. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like that's that's the hack with guitar in general. It's like, oh, you just like... you know what I mean?
There it is.
It's like not,
you just like burp.
You just like,
that's how you do it.
Yeah.
But
no, you're right, and that's the way to think about it, right? Is like you said, the cage is you start learning guitar and it's first position chords.
Yeah.
And it's not intuitive that these keys are just shifts up and down in
Exactly.
pitch.
Yeah.
Because all these shapes are like strange, different.
Right.
They don't repeat. Your C is like a little bit like the F I got to do, but that one's got the bar. It's nothing like the E minor I learned.
Right.
What the hell's a G? You know what I mean? We got this little D thing over here.
Yeah.
And so you kind of get these shapes and stuff, and they don't seem to be related. Sometimes there's open string. Sometimes you're not supposed to play the open string,
Right.
And it's all very strange. And then,
but there's so many parts about like when you teach someone how to do something, you realize the things that you do. And so I was teaching her how to play the D chord. And I was like, oh, but don't play these two strings.
I thought you were going to say but don't turn the dual rectifier up when you do it.
But always when you're going to play in D, you gotta drop D.
Drop D.
No, but I was like, don't play this bottom string here. And she's like, how come you're not playing it? It looks like you're just strumming it. And I was like, well, oh no, I'm only hitting the strings I want to.
Yeah.
She's like, but you're not even looking at it. I was like, oh, I guess I'm not. You know what I mean?
Right,
I know where to go.
I know where to go. And it's like,
I've been doing this a minute.
I've been doing this a while.
Yeah.
But it's like you realize those things, and it's like everyone has learned these different ways of doing things, and it's challenging to go learn someone else's way. But it's good for you to do that.
Yeah, I do think it's one of the things that unlocks like growth or getting out of a rut when it's like, there's so many different ways of playing the guitar. I guess that's the point, is like looking over the fence at someone else's like way of doing it. And then you kind of dissect like, how did they come up with that? Why did they do that?
Right.
Run the way they did or whatever. Yeah. And then it's like, because you could go hours and hours and hours and not exhaust that.
Oh, yeah.
Learn this album, learn that.
Yeah.
Like I listened to the Police, like their whole catalog, and just like listening to Andy Summers like play and fill up so much in a trio, like what he's doing, the chord voicings, the effects, like I don't know, it's a masterclass in like that style of playing that I don't really hear in modern music and like all that kind of stuff.
Is Primus on your alphabetical list of things?
I can always add them in,
dude. Please do.
Is Primus making the top 100?
No, he's not in the top 100.
No, I'm just going alphabetically now.
He's just
through what, everything?
Through
what I follow.
Through his entire...
I think...
Dude, because... No, here's the reason here's the reason I say that.
Yeah.
So they got a new drummer like last year or something. Okay. I was totally unaware.
Oh, they're still going.
Oh, yeah. They got a new drummer like last year. I was unaware that this happened, but their longtime drummer just quit, whatever, and they hosted a worldwide call to like send us your videos,
like Smashing Pumpkins,
and we will consider you. They had like over 2,500 submissions that they watched, feasibly all of or whatever.
You were one of them.
On drums.
I mean, why not?
Can you imagine? You
have a drum set.
I'm like, I can play, some really simple stuff. But, and And then they flew like 10 different people out to like come to their studio and like do the whole thing. So I was watching, and they posted all of it on YouTube.
This sounds like the Metallica.
It's exactly the same. Well, Dream Theater did the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, they've all done it.
Okay.
But I listened to a lot of Primus when I was in 7th and 8th grade.
Right.
And I did see them live in the last 10 years.
You would.
Yeah. But I was just reminded like how unorthodox all of their songs are. And
I don't think Sooze will like it.
No, have you ever listened to Primus?
No.
It's worth listening to.
Maybe by accident.
It's worth listening to. Well, and you noticed you mentioned you were in
the that I could say sounds like hot garbage, but good hot garbage.
Yeah.
It would probably be
People do
Primus.
like it.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, kind
Is
of.
there something with
No,
bass?
no,
Like
I
they have
said-
two bass players,
I
or
said-
they have
I said, but good hot garbage.
Right.
I said, but good.
not bad hot garbage.
So their lead singer plays the bass.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking,
And it's
yeah.
very unorthodox.
Okay.
It's a lot of slapping, but
because this would have been like
it
in high
is.
school
No,
for me
you're,
too. Yeah.
no, you're right.
It's a
hot-
little bit like
it's good hot garbage.
Imagine a TV show where the cast is it wanders into the NAMM hall, and you're starting to hear all of these sounds, slap bass, and some guy doing drum fills. And if all of a sudden it was like one of those flash mobs, those singing flash mobs, but instead a band emerged of using all these sounds, just organically, the sound of NAMM merged into a band. It starts to actually sound a bit like what, but like give them a lot of musicality and then put it all together.
It's not cacophony.
It's those elements of like
It is a bit
chaos,
cacophonous,
too
though.
much.
But like
it is
musical?
cacophony. Yeah, it is cacophonous or whatever.
But it's
It is
musical.
It is because it's musical, but way too much, and it's like I could just put on something else at any moment. That's probably
So you legit like them.
I liked them a lot.
a lot of people did.
When I went to see them live, I went with Aaron, and when it was over, we both
You took
looked.
Aaron?
Yeah. I when it was over, I was like,
you needed an Advil.
I was like, dude, I was like, hey,
So Aaron's like me musically. So like, what did he think of the show?
we both, when it was over, we both looked at each other. We're like, well, we did it.
So that happened.
Look, dude, I'm gonna show you Primus live at like an early MTV Spring Break,
Okay.
and you're gonna get the whole vibe,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
and you're gonna go.
Anyway, the reason I brought it up.
Yeah.
The reason
You
I
can
brought it
learn
up
so
is
much.
because
Yeah.
if you want to experience like the bass player is over here doing this thing and the guitar player is over here doing this thing,
That's
and
what I
they
mean.
are very, for the most part, unrelated. But it's like somehow
But they're not
working.
totally unrelated.
Yeah.
Like it somehow
Yeah.
is music. You can hear the harmony of it, and that's why I say it's a bit like wandering into a Guitar Center
It
or being
somehow
at NAMM.
is
Yeah, that
music.
was my takeaway.
And it's like, what if these sounds did somehow emerge into something sort of musical, but still maintain their elements of independence and being totally different?
Like they could have been composed separately from each other and then just dropped on the same song.
Okay, yes, and
Well,
this
you
is
know
what
what I mean?
this is what I liken it to. Rick Rubin, when he worked with Red Hot Chili Peppers, talks about how the way that they would kind of write music, he saw the Chili Peppers doing this thing, and he saw what it was, and I think he sort of tried to formalize it more for them. But what it was Anthony Kiedis would often write these lyrics, and sort of he would sing them in a way that was like syncopated, rhythmic, like he kind of knew how he wanted to say things. And so Frusciante and Flea would then listen to that. They would then separate and come up with different ideas of what to do in that song next.
Okay.
Then they would come back together and they would show each other the ideas. And most of the time, organically, one of them would grab the other's idea and go, I like that, let's do yours, and then start playing and write the song. Primus is like if they both said, now we're both going to keep our own ideas completely separate, but we'll make them work together.
We'll never hear them
I
until
think that's what it's
That is actually the best description of
right,
Primus,
and that's
yeah.
and that
we'll
is-
hear them when the song is released. Like we'll never hear
for
them
sure.
together.
for sure.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys are really selling this band for me, so I'll check them out for
They're
sure.
they're definitely obscure. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm going from PFR to the Police.
I
to
mainly
Primus.
thought about it because you said you were listening to the Police, and I know you're going alphabetical, and
Right.
so
Yeah, I'm in the R's.
Dang it.
Radiohead. Yeah,
We missed
I
it.
can go back.
That's
I'll
all right.
allow it.
yeah, that's all right.
Anyway,
All right. Well, what are we getting for lunch?
not Taco Bell.
No,
Is In-N-Out too far?
Oh, we could be there for hours. And before, without even getting, we could get there and then have to be there for hours.
Yeah.
One
Gosh,
day.
the one
But
in,
it tastes so good.
the one in Franklin is going to be open
pretty soon.
next week.
I heard they're anticipating 6-hour waits.
What?
Not if you go at 9 p.m. Dude.
They're saying what I heard was they know these will be the longest waits,
Out
and
of
they
the,
think based on what they saw,
yeah.
they built that big lot, and they're anticipating 6-hour waits.
That is crazy.
They know how many influencers live down here.
I never saw over 2 hours at any of these other Tennessee locations.
Who knows?
90 minutes?
You know, maybe I'm making it up. I don't know. I thought I heard it.
You could be right.
6 hours. Just go back later. Like you're saying, go to 10 o'clock.
Just DoorDash it. How much for the DoorDasher to wait 6 hours?
I don't think they can't be allowing
no,
this,
you
right?
can't.
Yeah, you can't DoorDash these.
You gotta pay the nice day.
How do they approach the,
You gotta be like, here, man, I'll give you $200.
Yeah, for your whole day. Yeah. Golly, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know.
Well,
What
I don't know.
Are we
Lunches-
thinking? Yeah. What are we thinking? I mean, we always got the usual. We could do something else.
Sombrero. We just went there, I feel like.
We just went there.
Taco Bell. There's like wings.
I would do wings.
Where at?
I mean, Buffalo. That's like your guys' thing. I never go there without you
Problem with
guys.
Buffalo Wild Wings is, to me, it's the Pepsi.
Oh.
You need Coke?
I prefer Coke, and I swear I get the Pepsi there. It's even worse than normal Pepsi.
No,
I feel like it's a little flat.
clearly
and it's-
Buffalo Wild Wings is putting in minimal effort. Let's be honest.
Yeah, and it's just, and look, I mean, they do, the cheese curds are great. I
Asian
like it.
zing.
And we've talked about this. It's the only restaurant where you can like eat a palindrome, or whether we've inadvertently eaten a palindrome, which is the meal is the same forward and backwards. So we used to do this. Do you remember we used to do this?
I'm listening.
We used to go. It's funny story. I actually, Sooze, we first met at a Buffalo Wild Wings.
That's right, for a fight.
Oh yeah,
for
I
a
invited
UFC
you.
fight night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember my first impression of you is you seemed totally disinterested in any conversation about guitar, which is ironic.
Oh, really?
I tried to say, I was like, so you play guitar? You're like,
Maybe because I was like, these are like fight guys.
I
You
get,
know, I
yeah,
gotta,
yeah.
like,
And
do fight.
we had started going. We were starting to go to this UFC, and was Alex there?
Yeah.
Alex there, right? And you started coming somehow. I don't know. I don't remember that crowd.
I never
Who was
watched
there?
UFC outside of you guys inviting me to
Okay.
watch it at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Same.
I do remember this. I don't know why I did this. I would never do this today. It's so rude. You guys all ordered different wings, and then I told the waitress, scratch that. Just bring us all Asian zing. It's the best. Do you remember that?
I did. I remember.
do
that.
remember
I
that.
was like,
nev-
"Can I get 10 of the lemon, whatever?" And there's whatever. He's like, "Whatever they said, delete that." Like we went through is the
Listen,
jalapeno good? Like we went down the whole thing.
I wouldn't. If someone did
I
that to me,
remember.
if someone did that to me, I would never hang out with them again. I honestly cannot believe I did that.
It's pretty on
I can't
point,
even believe
though.
it. Like that's one of the things I've looked back on. Like I
forgot about
I
it.
don't
Yeah,
even know what the hell was I. I've never done
Oh
that
my
before. By
gosh.
the way,
Yeah.
I've never done that before.
There had to be 6 unique wing orders, and you said delete
I
all
mean,
that, all Asian zing.
In your defense,
It was very
the
good.
running joke at the time was how Asian Zing was like far superior than everything else.
Yeah, but
It's an egregious move.
it's crazy
for sure.
It's
If
crazy.
it was gross, I would have been pissed, but it was delicious. Like I was like,
Yeah.
he knew. I mean,
So we would start with nachos.
It's crazy. So anyway, we would start with nachos and cheese curds, the fried cheese curds. Then we'd eat wings, and then they had a dessert nachos, and the dessert nachos was ice cream and these like kind of sweet chip things and chocolate and caramel, and then it had fried cheesecake bites in it, which
yeah,
are like
I
fried
see.
cheese. And so I was like, I started saying, this meal is a palindrome.
Yeah.
It's like a word forward and backwards the same. This meal is the same forward and backwards.
Yeah.
It's nachos, cheese curds, wings, nachos, cheese curds.
it's like wow or mom.
Yeah.
You've got the the middle one's different, but then the outside ones are.
It's very good. It hit the spot.
Are we going there?
I might bring my own Coke, but yeah.
We don't have to go there. We could always go to Hattie B's too. Hattie B's is delicious. Oh jeez.
Bees is fine.
All right.
Oh gosh,
Let's just
El Sombrero it is.
we can't do another hot take.
No, we could go there. It's just I don't know about you guys. How many points does it take off a restaurant when they do have Pepsi products? It's that kind of. It's not an insignificant thing. It's not like
I had Pepsi, like I had Diet Pepsi at Taco Bell yesterday. Because
I noticed, but they had Pepsi
Yeah.
Zero Sugar, and that's better.
Yeah.
But nah, man, I got.
because you get Coke Zero.
I want that
You don't
Coke
get
Zero.
Diet Coke.
I will get a Diet Coke though, and I will take Diet Coke over Pepsi over Diet Pepsi for sure. To me, Diet Pepsi are the worst.
Well, see that I was drinking yesterday, and I was thinking this isn't as good as I want it to be.
It's not.
Taco Bell would be weird with Coke products, though. It
It
just
would.
seems like it all goes together. You know?
They're literally owned by the same.
Oh, are they really?
Taco Bell's
that's
owned
right.
by Pepsi.
Oh, I had no idea. Wow.
Yeah,
It's like a
something
Pepsi.
like that.
Then it would be really weird.
It's a PepsiCo establishment. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's
Yeah,
pizza,
so I think they should still though just
Okay.
accept they don't have the best soda. And
All right. Well, we'll flip a coin.
All right.
And then on Guitar Friends episode 66, we'll let everyone know where we ended up going.
maybe then I'll
The
have
suspense was killing you.
It
I'm
was-
sure.
yeah.
maybe then I'll have a couple 1966 reissues.
Let's keep the year thing going. Yeah.
Let's try to do it. It's going to get hard as we get past 100.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. You got to stop eventually.
Well, I mean, I guess you just go to the aughts. It's just the aughts. But it'll get hard once we get past 26. We'll have to go back 100 years. You know?
Dang.
Yeah, what's it going to be like when rock and roll's like 100 years old? You know what I mean? Like we get into 50s guitars, they're going to be 100 years old. You know what I mean? We'll probably get there.
Well, like what? I mean, a pre-war Gibbs or a pre-war Martin is 100 years old now, right?
Yeah, I think a lot of those are
there
from the
nine-
30s.
are there like-
no,
for sure.
no, like,
There's like 19.
Yeah.
there's
20s.
20s ones, but those pre-war Martins are like right before the war. They're usually like early 40s and late 30s and
okay.
stuff. You
But
know what I
you're
mean?
right. I mean, there's a lot of
But you're
guitars.
right, there are.
1910,
Yeah.
1920. Yeah.
But those
It'll be
guitars
weird when
usually,
the
they're like little-
Telecaster is 100
Yes,
years old.
yes, that's what I mean. Those like 20s parlor guitars.
That
are,
means we got old. You know, like
Yeah.
that's like, okay.
Yeah, we're gonna be old.
I hope I'm alive.
I mean, it's gonna be like buying a vintage piano. Do they just fall apart?
2051? Right? 1951? Telecaster?
20 more years.
Yeah, 51. Well, in
I'll be-
40, isn't it?
I'll be under 70 still.
Didn't
so
he
that's
have
great.
the snake bite telly in 49?
Oh, that's like,
Like I think he had a
plank.
prototype.
Yeah.
And that because there's late
the
40s.
broadcaster?
Yeah, it's something like that. I think he had late 40s. The headstock doesn't have the Fender headstock. It's like a 3x3.
And these are older, right? I mean, some of the, I guess the Spanish style, electric Spanish stuff was before 50, right?
There would have been some hollow bodies,
Hollow body,
and they
yeah.
were
Yeah.
making mandolins
Jazz
and
boxes,
stuff. But
yeah.
yeah, not these. This I think came about in. Man, I don't know what year the ES
Wasn't there-
335. I think it was in 60. I don't think they made this the year.
I thought they
that
predated the telly,
delayed.
but
They definitely had full hollow stuff, like the jazz
Okay.
boxes, like
Yeah,
135s.
Okay.
You know, those
That's
are
what
old.
I'm thinking.
They had old ones like that. The Broadway.
those are close, almost 100 years. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah, there are. Yeah, that's gonna be weird.
It will be weird.
All right, well, Guitar Friends episode 65. My,
How far?
we've come.
You're still John too?
Keeping that crap in.